Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look into DataMapper action and integration procedures. So what are DataMapper actions and integration procedure? They are actions that can help us use DataMappers from our integration procedure. Example, using a DataMapper turbo extract, DataMapper extract, or DataMapper transform, or a DataMapper load from our integration procedure. In today's video, we'll look at examples of using each one of them and how we can pass data from each one to another to see how the data flows in an integration procedure. Let's jump into the example. We'll create a new integration procedure. Let's call it IP data mappers action example and IP data mappers actions. So first, what we're going to do here is we're going to use our existing data mappers that we've created in our previous videos. So here we have a DataRaptor extract turbo where we pass in the contact's last name. So for example, RO, here we'll get Rose Gonzalez. Just did a like contact's name, like the contact name that we're passing. You can see our previous video to get details about this data mapper. Yeah, here we have extract, which does something very similar to what we have in our turbo. Again, we have a detailed video about this. Here let's see what's the output for this data mapper. Very similar, we pass in the contact name and the account name, and we get the account name, contact email, contact age, all of those details here. Next, we have another data mapper transform where we pass in a list of contacts in this format, and it will return back to us in this format here: contact last name, account name, contact name, ID, contact email, and account phone. All right, and last we have a load which takes in a contacts object, a list or an object, and we pass in last name, ID, and update the contact with this name that we pass in. So basically it's an upsell. Again, we have a detailed video about our load. Please do go check it out. So let's create an integration procedure where we'll use all these data mapper actions in them. First, let's do a turbo extract. So here we just drag and drop a data mapper turbo extract action. We'll leave it this way: DataRaptor turbo action. We'll call it data mapper turbo, and we'll pass in our inputs here to it. This is how it looks. So here we can pass our inputs from here. Create an input for our integration procedure contacts, something like RO. Okay, here we go. So this is going to be our input. So from here we'll call our DataRaptor turbo action. Our input for the data mapper turbo action would be going from here. We have a data source field and a filter field. In the data source field, we'll pass in the data source that is supposed to be going to the data mapper. So here the turbo expects an account name like this. So that would be our filter value, what is expected from the data mapper, and the data source is what we are passing from our integration procedure to the data mapper. In our case, it would be contacts : name. Okay, there we go. Let's execute and see what we get. So the input that went in was contact name and RO, and what we got back was a contact as we expected, Rose Gonzalez. Perfect. Okay, that was simple turbo action, and this is very similar to what we saw in our previous video about integration procedure. This is pretty similar to that, same for every action. And then we have next we'll move on to DataRaptor extract action. Here we'll call this data mapper. Let's go see what's the input it expects. It needs a contact name and an account name. So in our case, as we saw, we can get an account name from the response from our turbo, and the contact name we could even get it from here or from here. We'll use both of that from our response from our DataRaptor turbo action. So the data source for this extract action would be DataRaptor turbo action : contact, first node of the contact name and account. So first we'll do an account name, a contact name. So in this data mapper extract action, we're going to pass the contact name as the DataRaptor turbo action once, contact's first node's name. Similarly, we're going to pass the account name like DataRaptor's turbo actions contact's first node's account's name. Okay, now let's go see how this works. There we go. So we get the data, and that's the input that we're passing. DataRaptor extract action, that's the input we pass the DataRaptor extract action, contact name and account name. Moving on, so we have two actions. So we basically have two actions here: DataRaptor turbo actions and DataRaptor extract action, and we use the DataRaptor turbo actions response in the extract action. Next, we'll use the DataRaptor transform action here, and we'll call this data mapper here. So let's go see the input that it needs. It needs a list of contacts. So this is basically the same input that we can use from our DataRaptor turbo action. So we can just use it directly here. We can just use the DataRaptor turbo, and the name is contact. So we can pass the response from DataRaptor DataRaptor turbo action directly as contact node to this DataRaptor transform. Input went as double contact because we need to. So we can pass the DataRaptor turbo actions response as an input to this transform directly. So let's see how that looks. So it transforms that data, and the input for that transform was exactly what was coming from the turbo action. Very simple, pretty simple. So this is another way to pass input to action. Instead of using the additional input, we could just use the path directly. Next, moving on, we would now call our DataRaptor post action, which is basically a DataRaptor load or DataMapper load. And for that, we're going to use this DataMapper. So what this DataMapper would do is update the last name of the contact that's retrieved from this turbo action. So we're going to use response from this turbo action to pass the ID and the last name, an updated last name of a contact to this DataMapper post action. Okay, for a DataRaptor post action, we need to set up data. So let's drop in a set value right above it. And what this DataRaptor post action expects is ID and a last name. Right, so ID we can pick from our turbo action like we did before. Turbo action, contact, first index, name, and the last name will be something that we just pass hard-coded, new updated last name. The set value is here, so ID, last name, we pass the ID as the DataMapper turbo actions contacts ID, and the last name is hard-coded to new updated last name. We're going to pass that to our DataMapper post action through only additional inputs, contacts, and the set value right here. So it's going to go as contacts, ID, and last name to that. And just to check that this works as expected, we're going to clone this turbo action and drop it right under our post action and have this turbo run once again, but with a different input. So we don't need a data source now. We're gonna do a hard coded, so we can do send additional input, only additional input. And here, what does our extract really need? It just needs a contact name, so we could just use contact name and this hard coded value. So it should bring us back the same contact that we got from this action here. Let's give it a go. And so the post action updated, so it says upsert true, new updated last name got updated for this ID, and we extracted the same contact here, and we got rows new updated last name. It's the last name here, and the input for that was just the contact name. So yes, in this video we just revised what we saw. We saw turbo action, extract action, transform action, and a post action, and that's how we use DataMapper actions in integration procedure. Hope this video helps, and do like and share the video if this helps. I'll see you guys in the next one.